I found about Augustsecrets through Instagram. I was a couple of months pregnant with my son when I found out about the product, and I've been feeding my son Augustsecrets since he was about 5 months old. My son's favorite Augustsecrets meal is the nutty meal, even though he eats the other products too, but he prefers Augustsecrets nutty meal. Augustsecrets came at a very crucial point in my life. My son Faz was diagnosed with IGR. IGR is intrauterine growth restriction. It's a condition whereby a baby is not growing optimally for whatever reasons. It might be due to a problem with the placenta or a condition with the mom. But then my son was born at 2.4 kg, which is quite small for dates. So that actually strengthened my resolve to feed him Augustsecrets product, because I knew that I just had to do the best in terms of nutrition. So we started Augustsecrets when Faz was about 5 months old, and we've been taking Augustsecrets ever since. I tell a lot of people, especially prospective clients, that Augustsecrets babies are not just the eldest. Augustsecrets babies are not just the eldest or the smartest. They are actually the brightest among their peers, and my son is a typical example of that. You know, when you want to sell products to new customers and they be like, this product with my baby's big, and then you're like, my son is not big, but then I can tell you that he's very healthy and smart, like very smart. Being a distributor, I've been able to actively engage my mind, and then I've had better control over my finances. Outside of the financial gain, which is obviously why anybody will be in business, I get some sort of fulfillment from helping other mothers feed their babies healthier meals. Because believe me, it can be really challenging when you have to worry about what your child eats or doesn't eat. There's a customer of mine, somebody I distribute to. Throughout the time I sold to her, she was really worried about her son not eating anything aside from the regular cereals in the market. Her son was 1 year and 6 months, and then she couldn't get him to eat anything apart from cereal. So I would give her advice on ways to get her son to eat Augustsecrets meals, creative ways, because a lot of time it boils down to feeding your baby just the same meal, and then at some point the baby gets tired of repeating the same meal over and over again. And then I would really tell her that patience is really important. You need to give the child time to adjust to the new development. A lot of times my clients find out through Instagram about Augustsecrets, because the Augustsecrets Instagram page is a very, very active and interactive one. But at other times I visit health centers and antenatal clinics to introduce Augustsecrets products to new customers, to tell them the features, the benefits and the advantages of feeding their babies healthier meals. I got my first client through a referral. I just got a call on that fateful evening that somebody very close to my location needed a full set of the products. I was very excited, and so I did delivery for that food for free. And then that particular customer has become a repeat customer. She orders every 2 weeks for her baby. A lot of times, Augustsecrets is actually a product that sells itself. Before you think that this person will have exhausted her products, then the call has already come. But a lot of times, if I don't hear from my clients in the space of 3 weeks, I call to check up on them and their baby to see if all is well. Other moms have had really great things to say about Augustsecrets. You know when that feeling when somebody calls you and she's like, oh, thank you very much, God bless you, my baby feels better now, and then I can rest well. Nothing beats that. I would advise mothers and moms to be to endeavor to feed their children, first of all, healthier meals, and Augustsecrets is a go-to when you want an healthier and more nutritious meal for your baby. Augustsecrets is a go-to meal for your child if you want your child to be healthy and strong and bright.
And I'm the Augustsecrets distributor for the Magodo environs. I'm actually a doctor by profession. I'm working towards being a pediatrician. I've always loved babies. My mom owns a baby store. She's had a baby store for like 30 years. So invariably, it's something I've always grown up with. I also own a baby store of my own, Kid Nation NG. So really, from following other pages that do kid stuff to what moms usually get to talk about most times, I got to see Augustsecrets and I was just interested, and I just wanted to know these testimonies that people are sharing. Let me know if it's really true and all of that. And I even got to ask some mothers that I've used before, and they also had the same testimonies. I just really wanted to be part of the movement. Yes. I saw that she was able to solve the problem a lot of mothers had. Like, a lot of them want their babies to eat nice meals or eat a variety of meals when they're about moving from exclusive breastfeeding to supplementary feeding, and they usually have these problems of their babies not wanting to take all those Oyinbo foods or stuff like that. And Augustsecrets was able to solve the problem, and it was also at a cost that I felt was going to be affordable to most mothers that I was working with. Because really looking at it, I used to be in the public sector, that's a government hospital, and looking at the daily income of most women, or rather most Nigerians, when you see something that is affordable, it's good, babies love it, everybody has testimonies about it, I was just like, no, I really need to key into this, and I really need to be a part of this. In fact, before I finally became a distributor, I had by myself tried to contact, and at then they weren't so much into the distributorship stuff, but as soon as I knew that there was an opening in Magodo, I said, no, it has to be me. Like, this is something I've always loved to do. Well, for me, working with Augustsecrets is beyond profit or gain. For me, it's been keying into the vision Toyin has. I really love her vision, and it's something that I'm willing to be a part of for as long as God is willing to sustain me, really. Nutrition is like the most important thing for a child's growth. Like, no child will be able to grow into his maximum weight, height, perform well at school, be attentive, or be brainy without adequate nutrition. Augustsecrets contain all the essential macronutrients that every child needs for proper and optimum growth. You need all the classes of food. That's your carbohydrates, your protein, your fat and oil, your minerals, your vitamins. Augustsecrets tends to incorporate all of this in the constituents of all their foods. So really, you can't be taking Augustsecrets food and be a leper baby or a malnourished child. It really can't happen. In fact, Augustsecrets has made it somehow makes you like an advisor or a go-to for parents. Sometimes I'm amazed, like I'm not even a mom, but moms come to me for advice. My child is not eating this, and I'm able to say, oh, why don't you take this? Why don't you take that? I remember even just last week, I have this friend that has a baby is almost 1, and everything she's been giving the child is not even taking at all, just breast milk, and she's been so worried. She's tried all sorts. Because before I was even telling her, oh, maybe your child is taking, because she's taking expensive and all that. And I was like, why don't you try Nutty Meal? It's a best-selling brand. In fact, the same day that I sent it to her even without collecting money, I was like, I want you to try this thing first. Like, there's no way you try it and you won't testify about it. Immediately, she just called me. She ate it though. And I was like, wow, as in, so amazing. And that's what the child has been taking since. Now we are working on including mixed grain and veggie beans and the other things in the child's diet, because she's really taking it and the mother is happy about it. Getting a first customer for Augustsecrets is an open market. Everybody is waiting for the nearest Augustsecrets distributor around them. It's not, when I was even going to start, and I was like, how am I going to get distributors? Do I need to start talking to people? I'm not very good with telling people about stuff that I do and all that. They were like, no, it's a ready market. And truly, ready market. Like, I think most of them really get to know about Augustsecrets from Instagram. Then a mom uses something, loves it, and tells her friend. Mothers have a very great influence on themselves. Like, if you take something, your child loves it, you can see that your child is growing, looking healthy, looking chubby and all that. Another mom asks you, really, you refer. So it's basically been more about referrals and Instagram, really. Well, getting the customers to refill is not a big problem, because even they don't want to run out of stock. A lot of times they are even the ones telling you I will soon run out of stock. Even just yesterday, someone was placing order like in advance. I will soon run out of stock. I don't want to run out of stock. So many positive testimonies, so many positive feedbacks.
I was just going through my phone on Instagram actually. I was moved by what I saw, as in different kind of foods. Different from the conventional bread and tea we are used to and rice, and then started following her, started jotting some things down, and then I told myself and I told some of my cousins that I'm going to get this food for my baby when I got married and I gave birth. So I got married in 2015, and then I was just like, okay, let me just continue writing what I need to write, what I need to do, things I need to do for myself too. And then after exclusive breastfeed, and then I got the food. So I didn't find it difficult introducing I joined Augustsecrets because I love what she was doing. The fact that everything was natural, and I'm one of the advocates of natural foods. It has been very profitable in the sense that I use the extra cash to assist my family. I've been able to recommend Augustsecrets to a lot of mothers. Firstly, let me start from my family. My cousin, she said that baby is very selective, she doesn't eat. I said, okay, try this, try that. Mixing this with this food, try mixing as in so many natural foods with the Augustsecrets. Then when I went to GT, I just met a lady. I knew when she was pregnant. So when I saw her, I was like, you've given birth. How old is your baby now? She said, fine, she's going to be 8 months. I said, wow, she's not a big girl, she eats now. Have you heard of Augustsecrets? She said, Augustsecrets, what's that? I said, are you on Instagram? She said, you need to download Instagram and follow Augustsecrets. She's like, what's it all about? I told her all what Augustsecrets is all about. Then I have a flyer. I'm always with it. So I gave her the flyer. You can go through it, you can follow Augustsecrets, and if you have any problem, you can talk to me. And there was a lady at Badagry. She called me. I even have to observe some prayers for her too, because she said her baby doesn't eat, and they are twins, going to 2 years old. They don't like food. So she said that Augustsecrets has been helping people, that what can I do to help her? Fine, she doesn't have money for the book yet, but what can I do to help her? At least some tips that I can give her to help her. So I do check on her, called her, sent chats to her, how the baby is doing, and I think they are a little bit better than before. Yeah, my first client was my family and one of my friends too. I think right from time, like I said, that I'm an advocate of the natural foods. So in essence, if you are looking for all the nutrients and all the natural ingredients that you want in your baby's system, then you should eat Augustsecrets. I've been able to grow my customer base from my Instagram page, and then I tell people when I see them. I am very proud to be an Augustsecrets distributor. I am super proud. My favorite meal on the Augustsecrets page is the couscous rice. I do tapioca. Like I said, my baby loves eating anything, so I do tapioca for him, and then the pancake. If you have the Augustsecrets book, you'll be automatically introduced to a group, a Mommy's Club online. You can interact with, and then you can share ideas, problems. Another good thing about it is, if you have any challenges concerning your baby, or probably you've tried this one is not working, a lot of moms will come up like, have you tried this? Have you tried that? And then another thing is, if you have a business, we also grow other people's business. So if you want to buy anything, you can just say, okay, I want to buy this, so is anybody selling here, or can you refer me to people here? So in a way, we are trying to encourage the other moms that also sell different products. So in essence, Augustsecrets has been able to bond so many moms that would not even see each other, and we interact very well as if we know each other.
I found out about Augustsecrets in July 2016 when I was about to wean my son. He was 7 months, and Shimluri was supposed to go on this exotic natural food diet and have nothing processed. So I got her number from a friend, that's Toyin, Augustsecrets, and I chatted her like every frustrated mom wondering so this food that I can see everywhere, what's in it? And Well, I gave it a shot and we haven't gone back. Before Augustsecrets, I actually didn't have any challenges. He was exclusively breastfed for 7 months, and as soon as I was about to wean him, I found her. So it was the quick stopgap, and it was the first thing that he actually tried. The first day he had anything, he had bananas and breast milk, and then about a week after that, when I noticed he wasn't reacting negatively, I tried to make him a little cereal, that's Augustsecrets cereal, and then add the bananas to it, and it worked. He had a surgery at some point. My baby this, my baby that. Do you still have the food? No, we don't, but he's just not, okay, just try it. Make it light, just add a little milk. You know how somebody would encourage you. That day, all her deliveries had gone out, because I remember her saying, oh, we don't have deliveries anymore. I don't even think she had stock. And somehow I'm like, please, I have no other options. He hasn't had anything to eat. He basically just woke up from food appeared. Like, I literally mean, I was on the phone with her and I was almost on hold, another call saying, hi, I'm calling from Augustsecrets. I have food. I'm like, oh, food, okay. I tried it, and yeah, he was ill, but he had the first, I don't want it, I'm not sure. And I take it away, no, I think I want it. And he ate all of it. That was the first time I'm like, you know what? I don't know what this chick has done to her food. I have not a single clue, but whatever it is, it's working. Now, before and after that, I have spoken to almost every mom in my son's school, because the standard question I get is, what's inside Shimiluri's food? It always smells different. I added Augustsecrets to every single thing, thinking that that was the baby or the formula version of trying to introduce him to food. And everything smelled and looked fantastic, especially since my wonderful husband kept stealing his food. You will have a full cooler, go to take a shower and come back and you're like, did something happen to the bowl? And he's like, oh yeah, so I thought it was mine. And I'm like, no, it was in the baby's cooler. And yeah, I just tasted it, and where's my food? And the next question, we're like, no, it's the baby's food. And till today, that's our standard war. No, it's the baby's food. No, I have to eat it. No, it's the baby's food. And we're going on and on. But yeah, since I met them, I have never given my son anything else. He clocked 1 at 15 kg. And that's almost the 90th percentile for his weight. He almost never had any illnesses except the surgery and a few random coughs and colds. He didn't react to anything, and I was so scared because I have allergies for the entire world. He didn't react to a single thing, and I like the fact that I was busy, but I still had that feel of, yeah, I'm giving my child the best. So I'm going all out, I'm cooking. I put it in smoothies, I put it in pastry, so I put it in cookies. I put it in things that I'm sure her recipe book probably has now, but at the time they may not even have thought of. It was our standard Bible of food, and it worked. At the time, his lunch was the talk of school, because before they started school lunches, we would have some pasta, and everybody was just wondering. So I would actually cook the pasta in Augustsecrets. I would just put a teaspoon in the water that I'm going to use to boil the pasta, and then I would boil it with chicken, so the stock from the chicken would come in as well. And then eventually we got our grounded fish and crayfish, and that was the saving grace of, I'm sure a lot of mothers have no meat days in their house. Again, 1 million things you can do with Augustsecrets. So we would use it with flour, just a bit, but flour meaning oatmeal blended in a dry blender, and then just mix it together to give the right consistency, and just make it like regular pancakes, and we're good to go. So I also had to find ways to do food that he could eat. So really, it's a family thing. We all eat Augustsecrets. We would plate it. I would never tell him what it is, but he likes pap. And until he was begging for the food, I'm like, see, it's really the baby's food. Now we have to stop this. So I would make the same Augustsecrets cereal. For my son, I would mash the bananas. I would blend the strawberries at an earlier age, or I would chop. Now that he's older, I just chop. For my husband, I would garnish it with strawberries, a little whipped cream. Yeah, he's an adult. His own has finished already if he's not healthy. So I will put whipped cream, I'll put the milk, and I'll serve it. And you look at it and you will want it. Like, wait, now that I mention it, I think I want it. Everybody started buying into it. Now, for my other busy friends that weren't buying into it, it was the beans that sold them. So I have a friend, Susan, and then there's my sister-in-law, Iriti. Her kids came over to stay. A lot of boys in the house is a lot of things to think about. And then my sister also came from the US at the time, and everybody was like, oh, the kids need to eat something. I'm like, I'll cook beans, don't worry, 15 minutes. And everybody's like, huh? Pressure cook. I'm like, no, I'll cook beans, 15 minutes. It's for the boys, that'll be no problem. And then I went and I brought it and I was, oh, the beans is nice, but the beans, you mash the beans too much, but it's like, it's really soft. I'm like, it's not beans. Then everyone's like, wait. I'm like, yeah, it's the baby's beans, but you guys were hungry, so I just cooked it for everybody. So I would add plantain and boil it with, so we'll give it consistency, or sweet potato or Irish potato. But honestly, after a while, my husband says, oh, I'm coming home, I'm hungry, I'm 5 minutes away. Dude, we're eating beans. And it's like, ah, correct, no problem. Add the same, it's the same thing. It's beans, cook it like you would cook beans. Beans, water, palm oil, crayfish, onions, Maggi Niger pot, whoever invented you guys are fantastic for adults. Maggi Niger pot now, and then just chop up chicken and everything into it. Serve it on the plate like normal food and eat it like normal food. They're not accepting a particular kind of food. I usually would say phone a friend, because everybody first calls that friend that had a child a few months before them to ask what happened, or call the doctor if it's an allergy.
I found out about Augustsecrets from Toyin, that's the founder of Augustsecrets, because we're sort of family friends. My son, that's Wandie, was on exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months, and then from 6 months we moved to Amala, then Augustsecrets food. Well, it was a seamless transition winning Wandie from breast to Augustsecrets, because I think he just loved food like that. He was breastfeeding, then I started introducing Amala soup, and then the next time, because I didn't give him pap at all, so I just decided to buy Augustsecrets because of the testimony and everything I've heard about it, and I introduced it to my son, and that was it. I do yogurt with mix and grain. I make the balls, I don't know what I should call it. Then I do pap with mix and grain as well. In terms of having a balanced diet for a child's nutrition, I mean, it was one of the things that drove me to Augustsecrets, because I have normal food timetable for the family as a whole, but as a child, how do I make him balanced? And because I know our foods are balanced as Augustsecrets, I go with that, and I make sure I have smoothie every day. And then in school, they give him fruits every day as well. I guess Nigerian mothers just believe that the children will grow anyway, and that maybe when they are old, they can find their footings when it comes to feeding right. Because most mothers don't even feed right anyway. We just eat what we have, rice, carbohydrates. To feed right, there should be at least a minimum of protein or fruits in everyday meal, vegetables. If a child is not accepting a particular food, and then friends that had issue, I told them if your child doesn't want to take a meal, you could try today. If you won't take it, try it another time, maybe a week's time. But if you try like 4 or 5 times and you won't take it, don't bother. One thing I know about good food is that it digests very well, the food, and then he has never fallen sick anyway. My son doesn't fall, so I attribute it to my husband knows I believe in the power of food, eating well. So with fruits, vegetables, smoothie, and Augustsecrets, in fact, I believe that's why he has not really fallen sick or anything. I had referred a lot of friends to Augustsecrets. I would advise mothers that are facing challenges with feeding their children to try Augustsecrets, because at least it's locally made and is what we are advocating. We're not advocating all this processed food, and so I would advise them to try it, and if it works for them, fine. And I want to believe it will work for them because it's natural.